Just the Tips, a Menmoir, Season 1, Episode 6, Poems and Love Letters.
All right, welcome back to this episode of Just the Tips, a Menmoir. I'm your co-host. I'm Joe.
I'm Chuck.
And we're here to lay something down. It's going to get real sketchy up in here.
That's how it usually gets whenever we get on these mics. But you know, I feel like people are really going to enjoy this one.
Oh, I think not only will they enjoy it, but I really feel like this is one of the times someone's going to walk away with some knowledge.
That will happen, as well as they'll walk away offended. Because I feel like we might be offending a handful of people. But remember, this isn't meant to offend. This is meant for fun. So don't get offended.
So what we're going to tell you about is the one thing that we know probably more than anyone else in the world.
That's right.
Which is what women want.
I feel like I got a PhD in this. Like I got my degree. I went through the schooling and I know everything. I'm well versed in what they want and need. And
I feel like we're going to give it to you in a way that is going to be something you could take throughout your relationships the rest of your life.
Soak it in. Soak in this knowledge.
It's educational.
That's what we're here for. We're here to teach.
We're here to teach. So buckle up and get ready. We're going to take you for a ride and tell you what women want. We'll be back right after a word from the sponsor.
Holler at them, sponsor.
This segment is brought to you by Endless Wives Stories.
They never shut the fuck up.
So let's just start the disrespect right away.
All right. So in today's segment, what we're going to talk about is what women want, what they really want. Now, the reason this comes up is because, every once in a while, you might get that complaint from your wife saying you don't do this or you don't do that or you don't help with this or you don't help with that. You've been there. You understand that's something, every man can relate to, right?
But yeah, okay. So yeah, everyone comes up on that.
Everyone comes up on that, right? So some of the things that I was thinking about is like what has been told to me that I should do as a complaint, and then I built in my head what this quote unquote ideal man would look like. So some of the things he would do, he would just come home and he would clean the house.
Just straight from work. Just put down your bag.
Put down your bag and get to cleaning.
Okay.
That's one thing. Another thing is offering up the remote. Giving the woman the option to watch what she wants. Here you go, honey. Here's the remote. Okay.
Yeah, I can see a woman wanting that.
Okay. They want that, right? So another thing is make dinner. You come home, be like, all right, everyone's hungry. I'm going to go ahead and handle that and make the dinner. There's not a problem with that. Do you see an issue with that?
No, I definitely see that being on the menu.
That's okay. I cook better regardless. And then the other thing is like, hey, why don't you take care of the kids more often so I can go out with my friends and do things?
Yeah. Okay.
Why don't you ever cry during a movie? Like, they might be watching The Notebook and understand, like, how are you not emotional? How are you not getting something? How did this movie not touch your soul?
I could definitely see that for you too.
They would love that, right?
Yeah.
They would love this idea, man. They want you to show emotion. Express yourself in a very emotional nature. This is what they would like. So this is what I'm hearing. This is what I'm understanding from my years of experience. Maybe not directly in my case, but they want the in-laws over all the time. Like, they like their mom being around, their dad being around. Honestly, I can see how some other guys would really hate that because they don't have a good relationship with their in-laws and they're just like, I don't ever want them around. Not my case, but you could see as another man, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
That's an issue for people. That comes up.
Right. And it has come up for you as well, right?
Yeah, I don't think in the way that people would anticipate, but yeah, it does.
Now, the other thing, they want you to write them poems and love letters. You should express how you feel about me all the time and put it out. So now with me talking about all these different aspects of a man they will want, do they really want that? Do you really think a very emotional, crying, doing everything for you around all the time, do you really think they want that? Do you really feel that that's the case?
I don't really think that that's what most women want, at least the ones that I've known.
But this is things they say they want from their man.
These are things that I hear, anecdotally, but also specifically.
Right. Exactly.
So this isn't completely, in left field. But I think where you're going with this and what I'm hearing is that when you actually put this down on paper and you construct it, what are you looking at that point?
I'm looking at the softest man on earth. I don't even know the word to categorize you, but LITE.
There's no respectful way.
There's no respectful way to call you anything.
To describe
you're
that.
basically, you're almost a woman, but you're not quite there, but you're teeter-tottering on that area. So what I'm saying is women want to date other women. That's what they probably want. They want like another woman, but they don't, because this idea of what they want, they don't get that. They get the reality, right? Which is maybe an asshole.
Yeah, no.
Someone who's not sensitive. They don't care about movies or want to read your soft books.
Yeah.
They don't want any of this. I mean, excuse me, correction. This is what they don't want, but this is what they get, and they accept it with open arms.
They pursue it in many ways.
Like, he's such an asshole, then why you keep going back?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
I only fall for bad guys.
Okay, right.
Why
Okay,
do I
so
always
this
get
is
the
the
bad
thing.
guys? Yeah.
So my thing is that why not just come to accept that and be like, damn right, you're an asshole. That's why I like you. That's why I'm with you.
This segment is brought to you by chocolate flavored vanilla.
Makes you feel comfortable around dark chocolate.
So let me add a little bit of context, a little bit of texture to the discussion.
Okay.
Because I feel like your current opinion of me is reflected in some of our descriptors.
Okay. I feel like at least out of, 8, 9 things I might have mentioned, you're definitely at a solid 4. And I'm very interested to hear what those 4 are.
So with the remote, I do not share the remote.
Okay.
The reason I don't is because I bought my wife an iPad so she could watch her weak ass TV shows with headphones on.
I'm not bad at that at all.
Making dinner. I enjoy cooking, but I have not done it in a long time. But there was a time when I did almost, if not all, the cooking. Okay. So because I enjoy it, I fall under that soft category.
Okay. Right. But there's some wiggle room here. See, so I'm hearing what you're saying. You fall in these categories, but with the first one, you kind of strategized.
Yeah, we use some strategery
to basically get your manhood back. So you know what I'm saying? Like, the making dinner is I get it, but continue.
I'm just saying this is why. All right, giving free time, personal time, watching the kids so she can go out.
You do that, right?
I do that.
You do that a lot.
It's not that much.
You do it more than I do.
Yeah, no, I definitely do it more than
like a lot more.
Yeah,
like
because
I intentionally find ways to never be left alone with my children. On any way, shape, or form. I'm basically constantly calling reinforcements. Like, I need to be a 2-man team.
The reason why we can function this way is because our kids are no longer the age of your kids.
Also true. I got toddlers.
Right? So it's different.
So yours can take care of themselves with like a box of goldfish and like a soda can, and they're fine for like iPad. 4 hours.
Literally those three things.
Yeah, called a survival pack in my book.
Yeah.
So I got you.
Yeah, it's a starter pack.
I got you.
Okay, so because of their age, and they listen to me. They don't listen to their mom and other people, but they do listen to me.
Right.
So when we're at home and chilling and whatever, they don't really require that much attention. But
they just don't need attention.
But they just don't really need it.
I got you.
Okay, so I let her use air quotes.
Let her out the house so she can get to her cluckery. I get it.
She's got to do it. That way when she comes back, she collects at me less. And I work with that.
I got you. All right.
So there's that. The in-laws.
Okay, that's what I want to hear about. This was piqued my interest.
Yo, this is a whole episode, but I'm talking about just the core,
the nuclear,
nucleus
of the family.
It is. I swear. I mean, I don't even know how to say this to you. I mean, you've seen my father-in-law.
I definitely know the man,
and
I know your mother-in-law,
and you know how he operates.
Exactly.
And you have an idea, or you know how she operates.
Right.
So just imagine if they're together.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And they're just two spider monkeys just going at the eyeballs. But they are trying to permanently damage the other person's eyesight.
Yeah, no.
So they walk away the winner.
It's light fighting, but they're fighting.
So do I want my in-laws always around, or does she always want them over? We see them a lot anyways because she helps watch the boys. So it's not so much about whether or not I want them around. It's just when they are around and it happens.
Right.
It's like at least half the time enjoy the show.
Literally the show.
Yeah. Like it's real. Like,
so it's not boring.
No.
So this doesn't really apply to you because you're more on the end of like, it's okay if they come around because I'm getting a free ticket to the show.
Yeah, and most of the time it's awesome, and sometimes it's like, this is terrible. I don't, And,
why'd I make this poor decision?
Yeah, and I'm like, you know what? I don't want to see y'all kill each other, so I'm just gonna stay home today.
Right, I got you. Right. Okay.
Other times,
so there's definitely days you're like, I'm headed back to the house. I'm not even dealing with
like,
this.
you know what? Why don't you just go and take the boys so I could do this?
So that's what I'm saying. So based on all these different details of the ideal man I mentioned, you're saying you're falling under these categories, but there's some gray area because some of it is respectful and other of it isn't. That's what you're saying.
And I have probably the final nail in my own coffin.
Okay.
Is I have been known to write poetry. You
have been known to write poetry?
Yes.
Like known as in known with your family, known with your friends. Known at school?
No. Not known publicly or anything like that. Yeah, no, not like that.
Can I catch some of your stuff on YouTube or something like that?
No, you can't catch me. All right. I got no mixtapes.
Okay, I got you. None of that. Okay.
I don't go to open mic sessions.
Tell me more.
I used to use writing poetry as a way to deal with stuff.
So you're an artist?
No. Well, no. I don't think it's any good, but it's what I did.
But you do play music.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is there's a trend happening here, you know what I mean? You're expressing yourself in different artful ways.
Different mediums, yeah. So I definitely used to do that.
Right.
I don't do it anymore.
I'm very curious on seeing what some of these poems look like.
I mean, I haven't probably done it in about 10 or 15 years.
Does your wife have some of these poems today?
No, I don't think I've written her any poems.
Ever?
Nope.
Now, the following question, I would really love to hear the answer to. Now, my following question...
What's the follow-up? Go ahead.
...is a loaded question.
Okay.
The follow-up question is, have you ever written any poems for your ex-wife?
No.
Really?
I don't think so. They were usually like about something that was happening to me.
Okay, so you didn't write love letters is what I'm saying.
No, I wrote love letters.
Oh, God damn it.
Yeah, I know. I did that. Okay. I used to write them frequently.
To your wife? I
mean, we're going back to high school.
Okay, so you were prior to being married. So
yeah, I was
high school,
extra soft in high school.
You were extra soft in high school.
This is the person you know now is the hardest version of me that's existed.
That is shameful, to say the least. To say the least. Hold on. I feel like the more you're talking, it's getting worse At first, I felt like you were getting a little bit of hope, and then it kind of just went downhill.
That's why this was
quick.
The nail. That's why I knew before I told you.
This is bad. You know, okay, just put this out there.
Love letters
in high school.
And poems, yeah.
High school was basically like the time where none of that really worked. You know what I'm saying? Like that didn't work at all.
I was more expressing myself than I was using it to.
Did it work to your advantage? For you poem writers out there, do you have hope? Do the poem writers have hope?
Okay, if you listening right now and you are a 30-something, respect yourself enough not to be writing no poem.
Okay.
Right.
There is a limit.
Yeah.
There's a limit is what you're saying. Okay, good enough. I just want that to be put out there. Like,
yeah, the only reason that writing a poem or a love letter is going to be appropriate, and it's almost the only reason that I can think of off top, is if you know this is the one. This person is the one that you need to be with.
Don't put me in that predicament.
No, I'm saying that that's the only time. No. I'm saying that's the only time.
Right.
If this is just some everyday bitch.
I don't need you to be doing that stuff. Like, I feel like you should have thrown that card away in your arsenal of getting women.
Once you hit 30, you can't be doing that.
Once you hit like 12, you should stop writing poems to anybody. I feel like to anyone specific, like even the one I feel like should respect you more if you don't write her soft ass poetry. That's all I'm saying.
I think it's more that if you at least went through the phase with that person and you know that they're the one, that they'll respect the fact that you went through that phase with them and that they got to enjoy it at that time. But I don't think that they're looking for
they're looking for that.
They're looking for poems now.
You don't think so?
Not now.
I feel like they're looking for poems now. I feel like they'll take anything at this point. They're scrounging for anything. Any sign of chivalry that you may have dug deep beneath the skin, they're looking for that.
So basically, I have my list here. Puts me in a gray area, but then I really hurt myself with the poetry and the love letters, and I recognize it. I mean, but I own it. But don't be single and over 30 dropping any of that with nobody. If you're in your 20s and you're dropping a love letter or a poem or something,
you'll be doing that in your 30s.
It might be cute to a chick in her 20s.
I strongly disagree, but it could be true. So for our gray area guys out there, come to the dark side. You don't need to do any of this stuff. I mean, you might have to drop a dinner here or there. Really, the extra crying to the movies, let's read this book together, let's start a book club, completely unnecessary.
I think it'd be helpful, but it's unnecessary.
Unnecessary. I'm not doing nothing I don't have to do. You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying.
Do what you want. # do what you want. This is the show's life's motto, and I feel like if you don't have to do it,
definitely just your life motto.
Just my life motto. Fine, do what I want. That's my motto. That's what I'm gonna do.
I don't have the capabilities to do
if
that.
You're on board with me, take it from me. Unnecessary to do 75% of this list.
But look, if you are at all soft like me and you care about people's feelings,
yeah,
and you're okay being Little Spoon
all the time,
then you could write a poem maybe. But it has to be for the one.
I'm not even giving you that.
That's the contrast. So,
I got you. We're on different spectrums of this dilemma.
Yeah, well, I still feel like when we're done, you'll respect me.
All right. Maybe not. Probably not. This segment is brought to you by Jimmy Dean brand breakfast sandwiches.
When you want a sandwich that's going to make you shit more than you ate. All right, and that's going to be it for us. I want to thank you for joining us for Just the Tips.
Always a pleasure.
I hope that you're able to take away one of the main messages we wanted you to know, which is not what women want, but what women actually want.
That's right. Take something away. Learn you something.
And the second thing that you should be coming away with this is how to go about what it is that women actually want in a way that lets you keep your current respect levels intact.
That's the least you could do, is maintain.
At the very least, you can give them what they want while still doing what it is that you want. # do what you want.
# do what you want all the time. That is the quote for life.
And with that, we're going to catch you on the other side. I'm Joe.
I'm Chuck.
We out.